I don't think Dogecoin has been a good thing for the industry. And I'm not anti-Dogecoin. But it's like, I don't know what the use case is. I don't know, like, are there projects being built to solve real utility?
Those new types of assets that have no counterparties create incredible efficiencies to reduce capital that has to otherwise be kept by banks all over the world, could be used for IoT.
There are other bridges for these kind of things. Why F assets? Well, F assets is the only bridge that has been built with verifiable economic security.
But for a lot of people, it's not about that. It's about the difference between this and that. And when you look at the difference between this and that
blockchain was essentially designed with sort of institutional grade financial use cases in mind. So it's very cheap to make a transaction, fraction of a cent.
Bitcoin takes hours. We're about 1,000 times faster than Bitcoin and 1,000 times cheaper than Bitcoin to settle a transaction.
Know what you hold?
Enjoy the ride, pal.
It's the XRPnews.
Welcome back to some more Moon O'Clock news. Shout out to the latest up. We got the total global cryptocurrency market cap today at 2.68 trillion, down about 0.5% in the past 24. We got XRP in that number 8 spot, right around 50 cents. 2 for $1. Stellar XLM at 999, 10 for $1. We got BTC at 69K. ETH right around 36 hundo. We got Flare Networks right around 0.027. XLR right around 83 cents. XDC 0.036. We got Songbird at 0.01. We got Zahao right around 10-11 cents. Evernode right around 20 cents. We got one from CoinDesk to pop things off. We got Big Bragg House says, I don't think Dogecoin has been a good thing for the industry, and I'm not anti-Dogecoin, but I don't know what the use case is.
It's shocking to me that the United States, the largest economy in the world, represents, the bottom decile of regulatory clarity. I think when you get the real unlock of the United States economy and you get the real institutional money flowing in, I think it's just hard to predict some of the upside opportunity. But the biggest thing I'll highlight, and like, where does this go? We have to be about more than speculation. You know, I get a ton of when I say these things, but I'm going to say it anyway. I don't think Dogecoin has been a good thing for the industry. And I'm not anti-Dogecoin. But it's like, I don't know what the use case is. I don't know, like, are there projects being built to solve real utility? And I see lots of real utility across lots of different, chains. And I think that is what is critical. And what's for me, the 10-year prediction has to be about, it's not about speculation. It's about solving real problems.
Utility coins, anybody? What's in your wallet? We had XRP drops. Chris Larson unveils the finished vision of the Internet of Value.
Are getting behind systems that make sense, like interoperability, and getting behind digital assets. Because again, the cryptocurrencies, the digital assets, whatever you want to call them, they also play a key role in that. Once you get the plumbing in place, those new types of assets that have no counterparties create incredible efficiencies to reduce capital that has to otherwise be kept by banks all over the world, could be used for IoT, because again, probably once you get that infrastructure in place, most payments will be machine to machine. So that also kind of, again, once you solve the developing world problem, that also solves the IoT problem. So the explosion in the number of transactions is tremendous, and that drives a lot of what the demand for digital assets, which regulators and banks are getting behind now.
We got Mario legislation that would force the crypto industry to identify users in order to avoid sanctions was inserted into the Senate Select Committee on the Intelligence Recent Funding Package. The measure would automate the process of sanctioning foreign digital asset transaction facilitators, including exchanges that are linked to anyone who supports terrorism. Senator Mark Warner's staff has been meeting with the industry representative to determine whether it can be removed from the final version of the National Defense Authorization Act. U.S. crypto crackdown imminent. We got Riz XRP. Hugo explains Flare F assets for XRP, BTC.
Got a lot of questions from the community. I have questions for myself. Maybe we can start with the launch of the open beta for F assets. Tell us about that.
Cool. So for any new listeners, let's define what F assets are.
Sure.
So we're working on things called XRP, BTC. And to name a few, there are obviously other potential F assets. but we're focusing on FXRP and FBTC. So what is that? Really, F assets is a bridge. It's a bridge to be able to use your token from those networks which do not have smart contracts on Flare with smart contracts, and therefore with dApps like DeFi, and also for payments. You could do payments, for instance, perhaps less applicable to XRP, but certainly applicable to Bitcoin. Very cheap, very fast payments as well. But being able to use your XRP or your Bitcoin in DeFi, is a valuable reason. But really, there are other bridges for these kind of things. Why F assets? F assets is the only bridge that has been built with verifiable economic security. Everything else is sort of relies on a form of trust, or you can't really at any time fully understand the economic security. So that's F assets.
Black swan capitalists, the BRICS nations, are saying goodbye to the U.S. petrodollar and hello to gold and other commodities. They're getting ready to use XRP as a global reserve settlement mechanism to boost economic independence and financial stability in response to the Western tensions. We got XRP Ledger ready to adopt tokenized gold, silver, and Q3 2024 gold and silver assets will represent 1 gram each of precious metals and will be fully redeemable for gold bullion and silver bullion, respectively. Community is expecting more gold-backed stablecoins to be released on the XRP Ledger rails. Meld Gold teams up with Ripple, launches gold and silver token on the XRP Ledger in Q3. Tokenization innovators, Meld Gold partner with Ripple, US FinTech. As a result of the partnership, Meld Gold will release 2 new stablecoins on the XRP Ledger backed by gold and silver, respectively. Each token will represent 1 gram of precious metals held by the leading custody providers, MKS, PAMP, and Imperial Vaults, an official statement says. The time has come. Meld Gold is coming to the XRP Ledger. Learn more about this pioneering step to launch physical real-world assets on the XRP Ledger, built on XRP. And we got introducing Meld Gold, the future fi of digital gold. We got the U.S. debt clock surrounded by wealth, U.S. money. Best is still yet to come. Transformational wealth is upon us. TikTok. We got radar hits just in. Sky News admits the official inflation data does not accurately reflect the huge increase in prices.
That's the cost of living crisis. Suddenly we went up from prices being around there to prices being there. And you don't really see that in this data, okay? Because inflation is really just measuring the difference between that and that. And if you look at those two lines, you're talking about a 2.3% change. That's the number we're talking about today. But for a lot of people, it's not about that. It's about the difference between this and that. And when you look at the difference between this and that, that's 20%. And I think that's the dichotomy here between these inflation numbers where it looks normal and this, which is really not normal at all.
Looks like you're going to need some more of those utility bags. Know what you hold? We got Chad Steinberger. Ripple's working with dozens of central banks. Only a few have been announced. Also, real estate projects, carbon credit tracking, and fungible, non-fungible tokenization. Built for institutional grade use, battle tested.
You're running quite a lot of innovative projects at Ripple. Can you explain a little bit about the direction you guys are heading?
Yes. So I talk a little bit about the XRP Ledger, which is essentially public open source blockchain that Ripple works with and is one of the core developers alongside other developers. And so that blockchain was essentially designed with sort of institutional grade financial use cases in mind. So it's very cheap to make a transaction, fraction of a cent. It's very fast, 3 to 5 seconds, and it's scalable. And it has been battle tested. It's had 2.5 billion transactions in its 11-year history, more than any other blockchain, and has never had any security breach or something alike. And so it was designed with, things like payments in mind, but we see also a lot of tokenization happening, non-fungible and functional as fungible. So for example, there's real estate projects. One is called Proper Home, based in Portugal, who are building a real estate market to buy, sell and rent property on the XRP Ledger. There's carbon credit or carbon market projects that help to basically, make sure carbon credits are counted correctly and not double counted and so forth. And then there's, a lot of efforts from our side for CBDCs as well. We're engaging with like 12 or dozens of central banks 4 pilots have been publicly announced already. And so there's a lot of interest from kind of like, stable coin side as well. And so we definitely, put a lot of emphasis on sort of like this notion of institutional adoption of blockchain finance. And then on the Ripple net side of our house, we sort of help to really abstract these complexities to be able to interact, the seamless user experience, this usability that sometimes lacks if you need to plug in directly with these protocols. And so that's kind of like how we use this blockchain, for example.
And
We got Subject Views, SVP of RippleX, outlines the direction of Ripple. We're engaging with dozens of central banks, bank money. We got Stellar.org in 2021. Stellar.org and MoneyGram set out to democratize access to financial services globally. 2 years later, cash in 40 countries, cash out 170 plus countries, 30 plus wallet integrations. An exciting milestone, but only the beginning. Happy 2 years with MoneyGram. We got one from BPM Mission. BPM Mission is live. You still haven't joined the missions. What are you waiting for? Live token will be launched on Solana and airdrop to the participants. How it works: complete missions, earn points and get rewards. More points equals a bigger airdrop. Point structure: each mission gives different points. Referrals are unlimited. Join BPM Missions, lfg.missionbpm.com. Use code XRPBags. Join the mission. Links down below. We got one from Scepter. Hold on to your wallets, folks. We're boosting the cap to 270 million flare on the 11th June, 12 a.m. UTC, with 870 stakers already on board. What are you waiting for? Let's go. We got one from Mustache. Altcoins. Can't understand why people panic so much at the moment. Altcoins have been doing perfect whack-off accumulation for years. Currently in the retest phase of a descending broadening wedge. We'll see much higher levels this year, in my opinion. We got the Titan of crypto altcoins SRI indicator telling us that alt season has already started. We got Exxon X589. We made it to the apex, ready for that next leg up. XRP Crypto, XRP timeframe, July 2024, May 2025. Simple analysis. If XRP follows the blue cycle, then July 2024 should mark the cycle top in terms of timeframe, 1186 days. Green cycle alternative. If it follows the green cycle, then May 2025 will be the R cycle top, 1,492 days. Duration is measured from cycle top to cycle top, which is more probable to be the cycle top. XRP Army, stay ready. And with that being said, Batman and Bag Ladies, know what you hold, know what's coming, and know what. They want you out. XRP 1,000 times faster, 1,000 times cheaper to settle transactions than BTC.
Bitcoin takes hours. We're about 1,000 times faster than Bitcoin and 1,000 times cheaper than Bitcoin to settle a transaction. And a lot of the speculation that's gone on at XRP lately is people realizing Bitcoin is not going to be the kind of panacea of all things blockchain we once thought it would be. Instead, you're having vertical specific. XRP is solving a payments problem, and it's very efficient to do that.
All the money, all the value, know what you hold and know what's coming. And let our friend know there's the greatest opportunity of multiple lifetimes is still at hand, but the train's left the station. Tick-tock, tick-tock. Where will those bags be when that regulation jar molasses finally breaks open and XRP's true price is finally revealed? Big bags. Later, glitches.
I caught the code, packing them bags, till we explode, no turning back. Got the decode, crypto to flow, live by the code, all get exposed. Don't play no games, I put them in chains, feeling the burn. Venus gon' rain, my DNA strain. I'm not the same, move pilot my face, we moving for change. Filling my stash, we make them pay. Spiritual health, devilish wealth. They say that the bag, the root of all evil. I do it for good, so we are not equal. They wanna defeat you, in school they don't teach you. We crypto the bag, so we gon' eat you to transfer cash. Get in on my people to transfer cash.